Good day. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced recently that the government of Jamaica has entered into a contract with Guyana to farm lands in Guyana. More than 20 years ago, I wrote in my newspaper column in the Jamaica Observer that we should have talks with Guyana about establishing a prison colony there. My plan was that we could relieve our prisoners' conditions here by sending them to Guyana to establish a situation where we farm the land, or they farm the land, give Guyana some of the produce, and import some to Jamaica. Australia started as a prison colony, and in a way, Jamaica also started as a prison colony. While in Australia, it was systematic that the ex-convicts were given land to settle, and in time educated and socialized into a law-abiding life. This was not the experience in Jamaica. What happened in Jamaica after the English captured Jamaica from the Spaniards, banning the Roman Catholic Church for 136 years in the process? They eventually changed the economic mainstay of Jamaica from tobacco to sugarcane, which required labor in a day when machines, let alone computers, had not been invented. The bondsmen or prisoners came on 6-year contracts, but very few returned to England. Instead, they roamed the Blue Mountains, ran down the wild hogs that roamed Jamaica, which was then one large forest, and smoke cooked the wild hogs on a wooden frame called a bucan, so they were eventually called the Buccaneers, a word that evolved to buccaneers. And the buccaneers became the pirates that plundered and made Port Royal their headquarters. This in turn caused problems of trade, and eventually there was a Treaty of Madrid in 1670. The English were using the pirates as a defense against the Spaniards that sought to take back Jamaica. So the terms of the treaty was that Spain would finally yield Jamaica to the English, and the English would stop piracy. Eventually, to stop piracy, the English war soldiers captured Henry Morgan and imprisoned him in the Tower of London. While there, he signed a condition of his release that he would be appointed governor of Jamaica and find ways and means to stop piracy, to keep the Treaty of Madrid, to stop another breakout of war between England and Spain. What Henry Morgan did was to sell land cheaply to the pirates, and they became the aristocracy of Jamaica. And from that time onwards, this has been a problem. There has been a problem of dishonesty and thievery in Jamaica. It began with the pirates from the British Isles, not with the African slaves. Indeed, many times the African slaves were sent by their masters to raid the estates of others. Our Catholic Church in Preston Hill is one story that needs to be told. The Catholic Church had been banned in Jamaica, but here were slaves from some South American country where there were Spanish, and therefore under the encomienda system, where the slaves were trained to be Catholics. And they were on their way to Cuba, and slaves intercepted the boat and carried them to a place called Castle Lands in St. Mary. When the church was restored, an Irish overseer donated some lands in Preston Hill for the building of a church. And that is why they're in Preston Hill. That was the story of our Catholic Church in Preston Hill. Now, and of course, Jamaica College. Jamaica College was founded in 1795, but that was 74 years after it was left in the will of Charles Drax. And in the meantime, between 1721 and 1795, somebody stole the money, and it went to court, and they set up another school called Beckford and Smith's. which is today known as St. Jago High School, and that is why St. Jago is older than Jamaica College. Now, all of this could have been avoided had they put in place an education and social system as they did in Australia. And that is what I was suggesting in my Guyana plan. But the plan by the government, at least in the first instance, at least as far as what we have been told so far, does not involve prisoners. However, I still think that my original idea is a good one. Have a good day.